Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 17.5 of the Geek Press podcast. On this episode, I'm joined with my great friend and co host, Noah Garcia, aka Jacob Knight, and we're also joined by a special guest, friend of the show, Jake. And on this episode, all we mainly do is talk about why we love Halo and why Halo is such an important game to all of us. Mainly Jake and I. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe. Help us jump to 50 subscribers on YouTube. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please be sure to follow us. And if you're listening to us on Apple Podcasts, be sure to follow us and leave us a good review. And whatever platform you're listening to us on, please be sure to follow us and give us a good review. Help us climb the charts. It'd mean a lot. But until then, I hope you guys enjoy this episode. And we just really love Halo. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. My name is Luis Gutierrez, your host of the Geek Press podcast. I am joined by my co-host over there who's paying extremely close attention to the podcast, Jacob Knight, aka Noah Garcia. And we are joined by an honorary member of the Geek Press, longtime friend of mine. It's been a while since he's been on the show. I've missed him.
Yeah.
My good friend over here, Jake. Jakey Boo.
Hello.
How you been, Jake?
Me. I've been pretty good. Just been bored and smoking, but I've been good.
As one is, for the most part.
Yeah.
Now we're a little bit late to the race on this one, just due to scheduling and what it may be, but whatever. But the point is, we're getting it out there. So this is a bonus episode of the Geek Press podcast. So think of this as like episode 17.5. Jake and I are big Microsoft fans. Like we both essentially grew up on Xbox, and
Hills.
Jake went the route of PC as he got older, and I stuck to the route of console. But as years have gone by, if you guys have been paying attention to how I pretty much report on Microsoft, they make it pretty integratable, so where you don't really need an Xbox or you don't need a PC to play with each other. And so Jake is still very much a Microsoft fan, and being a Microsoft fan entitles you. It's like you have to sign the contract selling your soul to Bill Gates and also pledging your undying allegiance to Halo. Even though Halo 4 and
Yeah.
5 is kind of a shit show, you still have to like
Oh God.
claim it's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. They're
And
pretty bad.
I will say this though, I'm playing the multiplayer for Halo 5 to like kind of brush my skills back up. I forgot Halo 5 had one of the best multiplayers in my opinion.
Yeah,
But
it did.
but we, like I said, we're a little bit late to the race, and the race I'm referring to is the race of life. We all start. I'm just kidding. But no, what I'm referring to is that E3 happened roughly a week and a half ago, and they showed off the Halo Infinite trailer, and I'm pretty sure Jake got as horny as I did when he saw that Halo
Oh,
Infinite
definitely.
trailer.
The gameplay was out of this level, pretty good. It
Hmm.
was probably some of the best I've seen. Um, it looked the sprint speed was perfect. It wasn't too fast, so that's you could actually utilize your gameplay movement and all that stuff. It was pretty good. The weapons seemed to felt pretty good. I don't, but see, I don't know what it's gonna take until I actually play it myself.
Hmm.
What it's gonna take to kill people and things like that. So I won't know until I get my hands on it, but it looks pretty good.
Yeah, I know. I totally feel you on that. And one thing I'm like particularly.
I'm also here. Nice to see you, listeners. I'm Jacob Knight. I'm also here. I introduced myself.
I introduced
I just
you.
thought you did not.
Yes, I did. Jake, did I not
Yeah,
introduce you?
yeah, you did.
I don't think so. I was not given any sort of brevity. But I wanted to ask, as somebody who, instead of playing Xbox as a kid, just threw rocks at kids that are different from me, like other kids that are poor.
Let
Does
me get
this
this straight.
game?
Let me get this straight. So you're
Okay.
saying you were so rich, you went to the poor neighborhoods and just threw rocks
No,
at
we
poor
threw
kids?
rocks at rich kids. We
Nah, see
threw
now
rocks
he's
at rich
flipping the
kids.
story here. Okay?
I never said I threw rocks at. I said that were different from us.
So you threw rocks at people that were different from you. So just because they're
Yeah, we
different,
threw
they
them at
deserve
rich
rocks to be
kids.
thrown.
Yeah, that's what the rich kids get. Wait, can I
Uh,
continue my question? Or line of
yeah,
questioning?
yes, you can continue.
Okay, you guys are Microsoft shells, capitalist pigs, all that. Is this Halo? Does this look like anything you guys have ever experienced before? Does it look like a retread of something, or is it
Looks
just a new experience?
it looks like Halo 5 0.5. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a halfway in between, which makes it fun. It looks a lot of fun. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I think we might have mentioned in this podcast before that what is this a sort of soft reboot? What is this in sort
It's
of the
based.
history of Halo?
It's basically a soft reboot of the whole entire franchise. This is a I want to say it's I want to say a soft reboot
They've even
because
referred to it as a soft reboot, right? Or a spiritual
yeah,
reboot.
yeah, it's spiritual reboot of the Halo. What made Halo Halo. So this is it's good. I think it's gonna sell. I think it's coming
Mm-hmm.
out this year. Hopefully, it won't get delayed again. Hopefully, thank God. uh,
I even read in an IGN article that the Halo 343 developers said they're sticking to their guns for the holiday release.
okay, that's pretty cool.
I always thought that was crazy about how they were dropping their new console without their flagship Halo. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
one
but
one year
Halo's
later.
mhm. Halo is arguably the biggest, arguably one of the biggest titles with Xbox, Microsoft. So I thought it was crazy that they said we need more time, give us another, give us a year basically, and they kept working on it, which I
I think
respect.
no, yeah, I respect it. I I don't know how I'm really hyped for Halo Infinite, and I hope it's gonna do good. Just because I want the Halo franchise to be known, I want the game to be known and out there. But I have no idea what's gonna happen with multiplayer and all that stuff. I have a pretty good, I think I have a pretty good idea, but I don't know how it's all gonna come down.
I will say
Mm-hmm.
this about like the campaign. Um, the campaign trailer showed off to answer your question a little bit, Noah. They
Mm-hmm.
didn't. It was all cinematics, so you can't really get a beat off the game too much purely off cinematics, you know. But from the cinematics they showed, it was very much a love letter of what Halo used to be, and that being a war story, but at the same time it's like
Mm-hmm.
a love it's also like a love story at the same time, you know, where it's between
Between Master Chief and Alexa Cortana, whatever
yeah
her name is.
between
Cortana, yeah,
between him and Cortana, because it's like in Halo 1 that's like his Jarvis, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then Halo 2
yeah,
they start to bond a little bit more, and then at near the like at the midway point he Cortana gets taken away from him, and he's like, holy shit, I really care about this thing. And then Halo 3 is like all about getting Cortana back. So it's like,
Mm-hmm.
and then especially in Halo 3 there's a lot more, because Halo 3 was originally meant to be like the conclusion of Halo, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. And there's a lot more emotional depth in that, and like just the way they use like the music, the scenery, a lot of stuff like that, dialogue between Master Chief and Cortana. Um, they
No, is
mim-
this romantic love?
not it's not romantic.
no,
It's the
it's not
community likes
love.
to say that.
Okay, because you said love, and I was just like, is he trying to smash
Yeah, no, they're
Alexa
not.
or whatever
No,
her name
they're
is?
not trying to smash. I mean, it's kind of really complicated, but no, they're not trying to
Is it like
smash.
a familial love? Like you're
Yeah,
like my
familial love.
family.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
Oh,
familial
Think
love.
of it like as like how you would love like your mom or your sister kind of thing.
That's his mommy.
Essentially, yeah,
Uh,
that's his AI mommy.
yeah.
Mommy.
Like the Halo
Mommy
community,
Cortana.
the Halo community likes to joke around and say that they're fucking, but that's just a meme within the Halo
Yeah,
community.
she's a hologram. I don't know if that's possible.
No.
Yeah, not that I know of. But like I was saying, the Halo Infinite trailer very much
Uh-huh.
seemed to be a love letter of what Halo used to be in regards to the emotional depth of the game, because I felt like Halo 5 was very much lacking a lot of emotional depth. It was very much like
Mhm.
let's go, let's go, let's go, action, boss, gods, Cortana's evil. And I'm like, okay. Like
His GF.
Halo
Oh,
4
no.
it had some emotional depth in it, but Halo 5 they took it in a completely different direction.
Halo 5's storyline was pretty. I don't know, man. That was just terrible. Because the marketing promised something completely different, and it was looking like it was going to be good.
Hmm.
And then Halo 5's storyline was just, pooh. It went everywhere and went nowhere at the same time. You
Mhm.
know, like it just the only thing I did like about it was just the ending. Cause
Yeah, the ending was
but you
hype.
heard,
When did
but
5 come out?
Dude, I came out like 5
six
years ago. Like five,
6 years
six
ago,
years.
yeah,
Yeah.
Was it on the Xbox One?
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
But fuck. What my biggest question for Halo Infinite, because it's the whole, we're gonna find out in time, but like the whole like marketing and all that, it's like humanity lost the war, we're done. and now all of a sudden like Cortana's dead. Like what happened to Cortana? Like wasn't she fucking space god? Like how did she die? You know, like that's a big thing I want to know. But also too, Halo 5 introduced Osiris team, which was a team of Spartans hunting down Master Chief and his team of
Fire Team
Spartans.
Osiris.
Yeah, so like what happened to Blue Team? What happened to Osiris? And most
Wait, I'm sorry.
importantly, oh, what happened?
Why K Osiris?
No, Osiris.
Oh, okay, that's a rapper. So I was really confused. I was like, damn, he's rapping and he's in Halo.
Fun
Good for
fact,
him.
the guy who plays as Luke Cage is the guy in Halo 5. He's one of the main characters. He plays him.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a good role. He did good though. Like I'm not gonna bash
I
on him.
thought it was okay, you know, for what it was. Thought it was okay.
But yeah, like I want to know what happened to Osiris team. I want to know what happened to Blue team. Most importantly, I want to know what happened to my boy Arbiter. Like
I
there's
don't have a Buck.
yeah,
Because Buck was part of Fire Team Osiris. So
yeah, like there's a lot of questions I have which they're conveniently leaving out of all these trailers. And my God, I will not read a book to find out these answers.
I'll read
Is
a
that
book.
a thing?
Yeah, you can read the book. Yeah.
Okay, I do have a bit of an issue with that because there shouldn't be supplemental material outside your piece of work to make said work make sense.
Well, I know
It
that
should be within the text itself.
I know that for one in the book, for instance, that they're writing, there's going to be supposed campaign and like storyline that's related to the book. That's related to the Halo Infinite game.
That one hasn't
That
come
makes
out
sense.
yet, right? It's
Yeah, no, it hasn't come out yet. No.
Well, I
okay.
think related is fine, but you shouldn't have to read the book to understand the game. You know.
Well,
yeah.
the biggest problem I had with Halo 5 was they introduced Blue Team, and they never explicitly say it in any of the Halos, but it's very heavily hinted that like Chief is essentially one of the last Spartans, if not the last Spartan, and it's so that's why whenever anyone sees you in the game, they're like, oh shit, it's a Spartan, it's Master Chief. Like we thought you all were done, and then in Halo 5, his squad is a group of Spartans that he was raised and trained with, and I'm like, where the fuck were these guys throughout Halo 1 through 3, like Halo 1 through 4? Like where the fuck were they? Like they're not even
on vacation.
they're not even mentioned in the games like one bit. And so that was the biggest problem I had, and then I found out through YouTubers and like the Xbox, the Halo community, that they were mentioned in books, but they're never mentioned in game.
Yeah. That was pretty lame. I also didn't like that like Spartan Blue Team was not mentioned, but it was mentioned in game. Like that was rooted to like they didn't get mentioned until Halo 5, which was. It was pretty cool seeing it for the first time, but then it just got really lame, you know. So I'm glad though that they had them, you know, at least.
But
Yeah.
let's shift lanes really quick and talk about the multiplayer a little bit, because the multiplayer looks fucking insane. Like
The multiplayer looks a lot of fun, but I don't know anything about it. I just know that it looks a lot of fun, you know. I know it's gonna be free to play, which is pretty sick. I thought that was pretty cool.
Noah?
So I'm gonna buy this game when it comes out. First of all, like I'm gonna buy
I
it.
agree with Jake.
I'm buying this game when it comes out. No questions asked, because I'm a diehard Halo fan and I'll buy anything Halo for the sake of it. But yeah, it's gonna be sick. I feel like
it's funny you mentioned that, because I find myself in a rock and a hard place where I'm like, it's gonna be on Game Pass. Do I need to buy it? But
You
then I'm
love
like,
Game Pass.
yeah, but then I'm like, it's fucking Master Chief. Like if they come out with like a life-size helmet like they did with Halo 3 or some buffoonery like that, I'm like, fuck, I might just have to cough up like $300 and like get that collector's
come on,
edition.
dude, let's do it.
I know. Like I pre-ordered the legendary edition for the collector's edition for Mass Effect. And sometime next month, I have a fucking life-size N7 helmet coming in the mail. I got nowhere to put that helmet, but I will have a wearable N7 helmet. And if I could get something related like that with fucking Halo, I just might have to fork up an extra couple $100 for that.
Okay.
Yeah, you better do it, coward.
Okay,
I'm a real Master Chef fan.
You know what's funny?
I have a statue of Master Chef and Alexa on my wall because I'm a real fan.
Jake. All right.
Yeah, what's up?
So so me and Pete and my other gaming squad people, we've been kind of in a rock and a hard place as of late, because like the general consensus that we're really burned out of like Call of Duty at this point, you know. So we're just milking the clock at this point for Halo Infinite and Battlefield to come out. And so I was talking to Pete about you, and he was like, you know, Jake's probably ass at Halo. Like, we're gonna have to carry him, this and that. So Pete doesn't know I'm telling you this, but when we all squad up, you gotta get
Mhm.
toxic with Pete. You gotta be like, oh, who's gonna carry who now, bitch?
No, I won't get toxic with him, but I'll definitely be smart with him for sure.
Yeah, you be smug
Uh,
with them, because it'll be fucking
I will.
hilarious.
I will be. I will be. I'm gonna rub it in his face. Yeah.
What
Yeah,
for the
me
Halo
too.
multiplayer, one thing I'm really looking forward to is the fucking grappling hook. That looks like it's gonna be so much fun to use.
I think
Like,
I think it does look a lot of fun. Yeah.
because yeah, in the multiplayer trailer, they're like one of them's like flying a banshee or some kind of aircraft,
Yeah.
and he fucking
Mhm.
grapples onto it and he hijacks it like that. I'm like, holy shit, bro! Like, now if you have a banshee or something, you're not gonna be God. Like, when you come down, there's a risk of you fucking getting hijacked. Like, you're not invincible like you are in all the other Halos. Which,
Yeah. Like there's a counter, but I'm wondering if a Banshee's counter is to actually ram you with like turn on the high speed.
mm-hmm.
See, because that's one thing I thought of, and that and like and then like or like Banshee bomb you, uh, fuel rod cannon you. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would also be terrible.
But that's what
Yeah.
But
I'm liking though, because like I was playing some big team battle on Halo 5, and it's like you get a banshee. The only way you're gonna get taken out is if you have like three people shooting you up at the same time, or if you're on a warthog or you have a power weapon. If you don't have any of those three, you're fucked. And the person in the banshee is God for like 5-10 minutes.
yeah, I like the fact there's even trade-offs. Which makes sense just because oh my god, that grapple hook would be OP, you know,
Oh yeah, most
like
definitely.
and that thing looks like there's gonna be some counters, so which is cool.
One thing too, I didn't watch too much of the extended showcase of Microsoft that they had, but
Hmm.
one of the big things I heard that came out of that, specifically for 343, is that, and this is something I'm really happy you're doing this, and it's like going back to like I'm gonna kind of go on a little bit of a rant, but like Halo, Halo was known for changing the landscape of console multiplayer, and
Oh
they
yeah,
like
100%.
yeah, and
Yeah.
they set the tone going forward. Obviously that's not the case anymore, but like there's no denying, without Halo we wouldn't have like Modern Warfare, we wouldn't have Battlefield like on console as good as it is.
Oh yeah. Without Halo, we wouldn't have any of the first-person shooters on console. Yeah, no
So
doubt.
one thing I'm looking forward towards is that like I'm pretty sure you all know this now. Like, you all, for the most part, we all play online games, or but like battle passes are becoming more and more of a regular thing, and like it or
Yeah.
not, they're kind of here. And one thing I really hate about battle passes, and I get it, I totally understand it, you know, because you want to get players playing as much as you can, but it's like if you don't max out that battle pass within set amount of time, you're fucked. Or if like let's say there was a really cool skin that I got and Noah was like, "Yo, let me get it." I'm like, "Dude, that was like last season. You can't get it anymore." And it's like it's gone. Either you were there when it was, or you don't have it at all.
Mhm.
But one thing I'm appreciating about 343 and their battle pass is that the battle pass never expires. So like
Oh.
let's say you're grinding out season 1 and season 2 is about to start, you could still finish out, like you could choose which XP you wanted to go towards, like season 1, season 2, and you could still max it out. And let's say Noah, you start playing at season 3, but you're like, "Holy shit, season 1 had some really dope ass shit." You could go back
Mhm.
and buy the battle pass for season 1 and then upgrade the battle pass for season 1. So like there's no longer that thing where it's like, "Oh, I've been playing since day 1. Look at all this cool skins I got." So like I'm happy that's not a thing anymore, because like specifically I'm going to relate it back to Warzone. It's like a lot of people use this skin called the Rosé skin. And it's like it's very controversial in the Call of Duty community, because it's like you can't see them in the dark. So it's like you only got that skin if you played during that time. But like if everyone had that skin, or something like that, maybe the meta would be different. You get what I'm saying? So
Well,
Yeah.
I know that I know what you're saying. It's really annoying because Rainbow Six Siege currently has that,
hmm
and it's I forgot what it's gonna is. It's forgot what the name of it, but it's a uniform that Rainbow Six has, and you wear it, and you almost blend in with the background color. It's terrible.
hmm
I hate that skin. If it, so I know what you're saying, Lewis. It's terrible. I
yeah.
wish they'd
So,
remove it.
but
Are there
I'm super happy
are there
that. Oh, go
people?
for it.
Mhm.
Go for it.
Are there people in the community though that would prefer that sort of exclusivity when it comes to battle passes? I.e., yeah, I was committed. I was here first. I of course because I bought it, I should deserve this. Why does everyone else get it? Like, is that kind of an attitude in the community or no?
Um,
I'll let you take the reins first, Jake, and I'll go.
as far as I've seen, no, not really.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to like actually see, because like when it comes to when it comes to ranked, no one cares. It's whatever wins, you know. But when it comes to casual play, most people like casual players or Reddit users or whatever, uh, it doesn't really matter, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's just where you get it from.
Yeah, that's
I,
what I was
I
gonna say
I
too.
only ask because I'm not a person who does multiplayer a lot. I'm more of a single story narrative type of dude. So we're kind of opposites on that. So I don't really know about the community like that.
Okay, yeah, no,
Mhm.
I know all about community, you know. That's what I
Oh
am,
yeah,
community
every time
guy.
I see you at your, every time we've hung out, Jake, and I'm like sitting in your chair reading, and then you're just like, "Oh, screw you!" Just that's all I know.
So Noah,
Uh,
Uh huh. I'm
when
sorry. What were you
when
gonna say before I interrupted you?
oh no, Jake pretty much said what I was gonna say. It's like
Mm-hmm.
when you're playing ranked, no one really gives a fuck. But like when you're playing social, like non-ranked, it's more of a flex of like, oh, look at the skin I got this, and I'm like, bro, shut the fuck up. And that's why I'm happy. Like it gets rid of like doing that will get rid of a lot of toxicity in the gaming community,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm really hoping that going forward they they just continue to get rid of it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! I accidentally hit my mic.
No,
Um,
just keep going. Keep talking
yeah,
about it.
but I'm hoping that that becomes a thing, just because it's
no,
like
your
who
camera's
fucking cares?
gone.
Yeah, Noah went MIA on us. His camera disappeared and he muted his mic. Is Noah dead? Noah, you good?
I that, I guess I'll take in.
Okay.
Beyond that, um, I'm really excited for Halo Infinite. Honestly, the game
Mhm.
looks pretty good. Um, any quibbles I had, they seem to have answered them, which is what I'm really excited for. Like, there hasn't been a single thing that I felt like so far has been out of place,
Mhm.
which is pretty good so far. Like, there's nothing yet that screams out to me that's overpowered. I mean, I haven't played yet, but that's just my opinion. And
Mhm.
then from like, which feels really good because this is like a fun old school competitive game, you know, which
One
is something
thing. Oh, go for it.
something I missed. I was just gonna say something I missed, you know.
Yeah. One thing I'm really like kind of looking forward towards too is that like I get Halo 4 and 5 was really much trying to appease the more diehard community of Halo, where it's like they talk about the Guardians, they talk about yeah, fuck, what's the other race? Uh,
Uh,
Prometheus.
Prometheans.
Yeah, they talk about the Guardians and the Prometheus. They're the big baddies, and it's just like I feel like that was the thing that should have remained in the lore. You know, like that should have been
Yeah,
something you never saw. It was like just kind of like the boogeyman in the closet. But what I'm really happy about is that this one, I haven't beat Halo Wars 2. I only played like the first level, but apparently the enemies that you're facing in Halo Infinite are the enemies that you've fought against in Halo Wars 2, which are
yeah, the
essentially
Banished.
yeah. Which for people who don't know, the Banished is essentially people the Covenant who didn't agree with the Covenant, and so they created their own like militia government.
Well, it's a mercenary faction led by Atriox, which is it's
Tell me more about it
which
because I don't
in
know too much.
so Atriox was a guy that was
He's a
like,
brood, right?
yeah, he's a brute, and he was sent on missions to go kill the humans and all that stuff. But he was sent 40 brutes at a time, and every single one of them would die except him. Every single mission he was sent on, and he's constantly sent on him. And then he one day he revolted against all that stuff, and he ended up killing the Covenant troops, and then the Covenant never tried multiple times to kill him, and it just didn't work out. So
Okay, so
that this is him, you know.
like this is like the Covenant like 2.0 essentially, huh? Without like the prophets and shit.
Yeah, essentially. Um, because they're known to like basically work with like traders and hire like mercenaries and all that stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah, this is someone who can work with all kinds of guys that you've never seen before, you know?
Yeah, and that's what I'm happy to, because like when I was playing Halo 5, it was like one level we're fighting Covenant, next level we're fighting Prometheans, the next level we're fighting Covenant. It was like, oh god damn it, like I get it, you're trying
Yeah,
to spice it up, but I was like, this wasn't Halo. Like when I saw like fucking people like transforming into like grenades and shit, or like I'm like what is this, you know?
yeah. When it was Prometheans and then like the Covenant worked with them, you know, that was strange, strange as hell.
Yeah, but go for it.
I ran with it though. I was gonna say I ran with it, you know?
Yeah, of course, because I mean, like, what else are we gonna? This is the only Halo game we've gotten. But
Yeah,
what I find funny too is that like that like say what you will about Halo 5, but I feel like at the end of the day, that nearly killed Halo. Like that was almost a nail on the fucking coffin. I was like, this is it, you know? And
yeah,
so much to a point too where 343 was like, we're not gonna release another mainline Halo game for the next fucking 6 years. We're gonna like go back to the drawing board. Like behind the scenes, they've hired so many people that have come and gone, like that were with the original Halo family, with the Bungie family.
oh
Like,
yeah, yeah. There was an old leak that came out about this game's budget, and it was like 500 million. I could definitely see now how they got that. You know, this game is definitely worth 500 million for sure, 100%.
and it's fucking insane. Like this game, I've seen like podcasts and like other like gaming content creators say, and I agree with them. This game has to be nothing short than spectacular. Like if we're like we have to see nothing but nines and tens across the board for this game. Like all eyes
Yeah,
are on Halo. Like if it gets an 8 or a 7, that is like kind of unacceptable at this point, because you've been
yeah.
working on this game so long and it needs to be good. Like it can't.
It needs to be good on. It needs to be good on all levels. You know, single player,
Yes.
multiplayer, Forge, whatever it might be, it needs to be good. You know.
And Halo's one of those like odd games too where like the multiplayer is just as important. No, the campaign is just as important, if not more important, than the multiplayer itself.
Yeah,
Because like
I would say that.
yeah, because if you look at games like Call of Duty or Battlefield, it's like yeah, the campaign's there, but the core fan base strictly plays the multiplayer, and it's like
Okay.
it's like fuck, like they have to get the nail, they have to like hit the mark on both ends, and like you
Yeah,
said
they
too,
have to. They got to. Yeah.
and like just like you said too, like the Forge mode too, because that's where I feel like that's where Halo really shines, is the community. When you get modes like, like let's play Wipeout, let's do fucking Michael Myers, or let's do this, like
Let's
uh,
play zombies or whatever. Yeah.
exactly, like that's where the community really, really thrives. When you say, here, fucking run wild with all of our shit.
Hmm. I agree.
I hope that they have they bring back zombies in a big way, because Flood was with the when you get the hypothetical where you could take over a Spartan was pretty cool. So
Yeah, and then
hopefully
like they
they bring
even
that back.
looked all like demorphed and like had like little flood antennas and shit come out. That
Yeah,
was
that
dope.
was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Um,
When okay,
what's up?
Jake, so like when was it for you that you kind of like fell in love with Halo?
When I was 6, yeah, 6.
When you were 6?
Yeah. Oh, it was didn't have much to do. Uh, yeah, yeah.
I think for me it was probably Halo Reach, because that's when I was kind of like old enough to like kind of get a grasp on like compelling storytelling, And not to mention, like, I'm not gonna get personal at all, but I had like some traumatic stuff happen to me, and as I grew up. But I fell out of Halo once Halo 5 came out. Like after I beat it, I was like, all right. But then I went back like a year or two ago. Um, I went back, and it was one of my friend's cousins who was a senior in high school at the time, and he was telling me, he was like, "Yo, I've never played Halo before. Like, I've only played Halo 5." and I didn't know what the fuck was happening. But like, I have an Xbox, and I know you're supposed to play Halo, and I was like, bro, you down to like, well, let's download the Master Chief Collection. We'll go through Halo fucking 1 through 4, ODST, Reach, and do Halo 5. We never beat Halo 5, but like when we went back and played those 5 Halo games, that's when like I fell right back in love with Halo. I was like, holy fuck, this is a good fucking game. Like, and I'm really happy I did that too, because like it just gave me that passion again for like Xbox. It gave me that passion again for everything of like what it was and what it used to be and what it can be.
Yeah. This Halo looks like it's gonna be really good. I just hope it's gonna be really good.
Hmm.
Because everything I've seen looks pretty solid, and I hope it continues. Hope it continues to be pretty solid.
Hmm. And what I'm like really
I
happy.
fell
Oh,
in
go
love
for
with
it.
Halo. I want to talk about when I fell in love with Halo. I fell in love with Halo 2 weeks ago when I was on Twitter and I saw someone do fan art of Master Chief without a shirt on, and I was like, "Oh, that's a pretty hot dude." And that's when I fell in love with Halo.
When you saw
Okay.
Master Chief being a thirst trap.
Yeah, I don't know if he's a thirst trap canonically, but in the Twitterverse he is. So here we
Okay.
are.
Apparently, not even third shop now. I guess, right? Whatever you gotta do to play Halo.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
Noah, do you think you're gonna play Halo,
No,
even though it's a single player narrative game? Like,
I don't know. That would. I'd have to get an Xbox for
I
that.
told you, you could just get Game Pass. We've talked about this.
Um.
You have a good enough laptop?
Okay, no,
He does.
we have a deal on this channel that if we get to 50 YouTube subscribers, I'll purchase Game Pass. So you hear that, listeners? If you made it this far, subscribe to our YouTube channel at the Geek Press on YouTube, and I'll get Game Pass at 50 subs.
No,
And
no, you're gonna get a Game Pass, whether I buy it for you or not.
yeah, and
No,
he was like, I don't have the stuff. I was like, all you need is an Xbox controller and an internet connection, and I have a spare Xbox controller I could give you.
That's for actual control I can give him.
And then
Yeah.
yeah, and he has an Android phone, so he could play cloud gaming on his phone. You could play Halo on your phone. Can you do that with PlayStation? No.
okay, I have a secret to confess.
What?
What's that?
During this Microsoft/Halo podcast, I have a secret to confess, but I haven't confessed it because Lewis will roast the crap out of me for the rest of my life. But I need to admit it so that this makes sense. I received a letter in the mail yesterday that my Android A50 would no longer be supported by the company because the software inside is no longer going to be supported due to some internal merger. So they said by next year, January, services for my phone will shut down. So I need to get a new phone. So that's why I'm not playing any damn games on my phone, Lewis. That's why I'm not playing any damn games on my phone. Are you proud? Are you happy?
Oh my god! I've been telling Noah too. I'm like, bro, upgrade your fucking phone. He was like, I only get new phones when they break. And the company sent you a fucking letter in the
They sent me
mail
a letter.
saying, boy, you're the only person in the world using this phone. Like,
It's like, bro, you're the only guy in the world with an Android A50. Like, back it up. Get some new shit.
oh my god, Noah,
I
like,
think they're gonna let me upgrade for free, but of course it would just be another Android. But I'm looking.
oh my god, Noah, you gotta get like a decent phone, like.
This phone is only a year old too.
It,
It's only my phone's only a year old.
but what? You,
Okay,
okay,
we're calling it.
it was a year old, but when did the phone come out?
I have no idea.
See, exactly. See, like I have an I have an iPhone
I think-
XR, and like this,
I think
it
in
runs
the
smooth.
or they said it was an equivalent to an iPhone 10 or something.
Oh, bro, that's old.
Oh yeah, because I know every year they have like an iPhone W or iPhone Apple. I don't know.
iPhone Zeta.
iPhone Zeta, Beta.
Okay, so when you upgrade, you could play on your phone. You could play Xbox on your phone.
Because if I had a good phone, I'd be playing Genshin Impact all day on my phone.
Why
You know,
don't
I'm a
why don't
little
you
bit of
just
a weeb.
why don't you just play it on your computer?
Because the account only is transferable from uh, console to phone.
Then start a new
You
account.
I don't want to start a new account because I have all my items in my PlayStation
Who cares?
account.
You just do a whole new run, totally
I
different.
have so many rare pulls of characters. I got all the husbandos. I got all the waifus. I don't want to start from scratch like a
Coward.
plebe.
He's a coward. Jake,
I've never denied being a coward.
he would never survive in World of Warcraft.
Yeah,
I played
got,
World of Warcraft.
I bet you only had one character too, and you're like, I don't want to start over. Yeah.
No, I had 3 characters that I distinctly remember. I didn't optimize any of them. I had a night elf priest, was not a shadow priest, a holy priest. Night elf, holy priest. I had a paladin blood elf, and I had a dwarf hunter, and that was it. And I just felt weird. Like I was just like, I want to level this person up as high as I can, then I'll start a new character.
That's not how it works, Noah. You swap between
know.
characters every other week.
No, like
Am I right, Jake?
I grounded on my
Switch whenever you're
freaking
right.
night
Switch
elf
whenever.
priest for years.
You played Shadow or what?
I know. I stopped around Pandaria.
Okay.
So Noah,
Yes,
when are you gonna upgrade? Because don't tell me you're gonna upgrade in January when they cut off the service.
I am gonna upgrade it when they cut off the server. Yeah.
Okay, you
We're
know
gonna
what?
wait for the last possible minute.
I'm calling it now. I'm calling it right now.
Okay. Okay.
You are going to forget.
Okay.
You are going to forget, and then you're gonna get a hold of me on Twitter and say, "Hey, my phone's not working right now. Just if you need to get a hold of me, Twitter's the way." And then you're gonna go like 3 weeks without a phone, and you're like, "I don't need a phone right now. What am I doing? It's like, I'm good." Knowing you're gonna be phoneless for like a month.
That low-key might. Not
Yes.
even out of funds, out of like stubbornness.
Yes, you're just fucking
And
old man. Like
forgetfulness.
the government ain't gonna tell me what to do.
They ain't gonna tell me what to do. You know, they put chips in all those phones now. They put chips.
God.
The only kind of chips I like are potatoes.
Okay, Noah. See, but look it. Even though you can't play Game Pass on your phone because your phone's a fucking dinosaur, you can play it on your computer, on your laptop.
I could. So if our viewers want to see me on Game Pass, make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel.
And if they do that too,
I
you
can
could.
buy it for you.
Yeah, it's $3.
No, Jake, don't
It's
do that.
$3 for the first 3 months.
That is tempting. $3 for the first 3 months. That's very tempting.
Yeah.
You can play
Yeah, so-
Psychonauts. You can play Flight Simulator. You can play Doom.
Oh, here we go back into our topic. Do they have any Halo stuff?
They have
On
all
there?
the Halos. Every single
Yeah,
Halo.
So I could do. What's the Halo where it's like click and point and like drag armies and stuff?
That's Halo Wars.
Yeah,
I'm
there's Halo
interested
Wars.
in Halo Wars.
Okay, yeah, they have both of them on the Xbox Live service for PC.
Because when I was a kid, like Age of Empires was my shit.
Age of
Okay.
Empires coming to Game Pass too. So there you go.
Like Warcraft Frozen Throne, like that was so good, and that was like a click and drag. I have Warcraft 3 on my laptop right now. The original. Not that remastered crap.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're a
Remastered.
fucking hipster. I swear to God, I got the original with like no one on the fucking servers. Are the servers even supported at this point?
No,
No,
there
they're
is
not.
multiplayer. There is multiplayer right now.
But like, can you play with a random like on like other servers?
You can, but I don't because they're really good, and I'm trash.
Well, yeah, it's like a fucking 40-year-old game, and there's like one other person playing. He's like, one day I'll find someone as good as me.
And then he found me and kicked my ass, and was just like, yes.
God.
No
So-
one would need to update to the new Warcraft 3 Frozen Throne, which is really dumb, but yeah,
I heard that wasn't good. I heard that remaster wasn't very popular though.
it wasn't just because it changed the game completely and it was just total trash.
Which is silly because you think people don't want a gameplay change; they just wanted remastered graphics and maybe a few add-ins.
Yeah,
Like, why change it so drastically?
I don't know. Like why mess the campaign even? Who knows?
Mm-hmm. So back to Halo.
Is there
I
any,
detra-
anything
I
else you
detracted
wanna
a lot, but I'm happy.
anything else you want to contribute to this Halo conversation, Noah and or Jake?
No, I mean, I can't really think of anything else, but yeah, it's been fun.
Yeah.
Uh,
same.
go to the Geek Press at Twitter and I will post a shirtless pic of Master Chief and go like that.
Yeah,
Old.
I think this is probably where we're gonna end the podcast right now. So we've talked a lot about Halo and a lot about Noah's shitty phone. Um, so if you guys aren't already, make sure to follow us on Instagram and Twitter at the Geek Press. It's DAGEEKPRESS, and on TikTok we're the Geek Press at THEGEEKGEEKPRESS. And if you guys are watching or listening to us on YouTube, please be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure we get to 50 subs. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, be sure to follow us and leave us a good review. If you're on Spotify, hit that follow button. And if you guys, like I said, if you made it this far and you guys want to like give us any kind of constructive criticism or any kind of, critiques, be sure to tweet at us or comment or DM us on Instagram, and we will shout you out on the show. Be like, at so-and-so said, hey, Noah, get a new phone, okay? But yeah, and we will shout you
So
out.
said, Jake, you're so hot.
Okay.
But with all that being said, I'm Luis Gutierrez. Follow me on Twitch. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at I'm Luis Gutierrez, and my Twitch at I'm Joshua Joestar. Noah, you got anything you want to plug?
You can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Rudy is alright. And you can follow my photography page at Noah Garcia _ photography on Instagram.
Hold on.
Make sure you. Yes.
That reminds me, when are you gonna update your photography photo?
What do you mean?
That's an old photo of you and Alpi. Like, I was right there when you took that photo.
Jake, what do you have to plug?
My Twitter, you can follow me. It's the Jack Life, JAK Life, essentially. Yeah, and that's where you can find me.
All right, thank you everyone for listening. If you made it this far, and thanks for tuning into this bonus episode. And I'll see y'all later. Have a great day. My name's Luis Gutierrez, and thanks for listening to another episode of the Geek Press podcast. Please help us get to 50 subs on our YouTube channel. It'd really mean a lot. And be sure to follow us and leave a good review on any platform you're listening on. We'd really appreciate it. But until then, my name's Luis Gutierrez. Thank you so much for listening to another episode of the Geek Press podcast. We'll see you later.